Hey everybody, this is Jackie, your local social broker selling real estate in Athens, Madison, Huntsville, and Decatur, Alabama. This is my first time going live. I've been having trouble with phone storage on my phone, and I'm just trying to live out. I want to talk about the home buying process. Now, this is the first time home buyers, or if you've already purchased a home, I want to explain the whole entire process to you. I hope this video is safe. Like I said, I'm not familiar with TikTok live, so we'll see what happens. So I'm a realtor, so basically I do the showing and selling, and then we have the financial institution that does the finances, your loan payment, and so forth like that. That's not my expertise. They handle all that with the lending institution. So the first step you would need to do before going out buying a home is getting pre-approved. So you would talk to a lender. If you don't have a lender in mind, I can provide you with a lender, and they'll go over your finances. You'll need 2 years of your W-2s and some other information so that they'll come up with what payment you'll be making each month on your house. But I strongly recommend that you get that done before you start looking, so you'll see how much house you can afford. You do have some buyers that go out there and look at houses without that letter, and I strongly don't recommend that. So once you get pre-approved, we'll go out and look at houses, and if you see anything you're interested in, we'll do a contract on the house. So in that contract, it's contingent upon a home inspection, and then you paying down earnest money. Earnest money could be anywhere from $500 to $1,000. That's totally up to you how much you want to pay down. And that's just basically showing good faith to a seller, showing them that you're serious about buying a home. And so the next step would be a home inspection. The home inspector will go in and check the whole entire house. It's typically anywhere from $400 to $500. And I strongly recommend you get it done. You don't have to, but I recommend that you do so. So you'll see how much, if there's any problems with the house. Like I said, it's very detailed. It will have the picture of the house and description. So if anything wrong with that house, the next step, I'll discuss with you, would you like to go talk to the seller? Write something up asking the seller to make these repairs, what the home inspector found wrong. So we'll do that in the request for repairs form, and I'll send it off to the seller. And the seller would talk it over with, their spouse or whoever, and get back with us and say yes or no. Now, here are the options with that. If they say they're not going to fix anything, you do have options. We can ask them if they would do a price reduction. If they're not willing to do that, then basically you just get your earnest money check back, and we'll move off and find another house. After that's done, the next step, let's just say everything's good with the home inspection. The next step is basically to get, go ahead and get the termite inspection done. That's typically $150. Most lending institutions require that. And they'll get in the house and check and make sure that it don't have termites. And then they'll give you a letter. Like I said, the lending institution required, they're going to need that. And lastly is the appraisal. So the appraiser, the lender will call you and ask for the funds for the appraisal. It's typically $500 to $600 for that. And they appraise the house. It must appraise for the purchase price or higher. If it don't appraise for that purchase price or higher that we had in the contract, I have to go in and negotiate it with the seller to see if they'll take that appraised amount. If they don't take that appraised amount, then you get your earnest money check back after that appraisal, and we'll go off and look for another house. Now, there are only 2 times where you can get your earnest money check back. That's after a home inspection, if it failed and the seller's not in agreement to doing anything, and also the appraisal, if the house don't appraise for that purchase price that's on that contract. If you decide later on after the inspection or the appraisal, hey, I don't like this house, like 2 days before closing, that's bad news. I would hate for something like that, that to happen. But it happens sometimes. I've experienced that, but I just don't want to see that to happen to my buyers. But that's pretty much it. It normally takes 30 days to close with most loans, normally 30 to 45 on the average 30 days, and you'll be in your house. Now, closing costs, that's something I forgot to talk about in the contract. Many buyers ask, do I need to pay down on my own closing? You don't have to. We can ask the seller to cover your closing costs. Most sellers will pay your closing. I remember before the pandemic, they paid for them. And then during the pandemic, most of the sellers, they're like, you pay your own closing, because real estate was just booming. You had buyers paying their own closing. So sellers were like, okay, we don't have to pay for closing. Now, since the market has dropped, I'm seeing it going back to basically pre-pandemic levels where they paying for the closing costs. So yes, some sellers are paying for closing, some of them are paying half, but you know, if it don't work out, like I say, we could just move off and go on to another property. But that's pretty much the process. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. My number is in the description. Like I said, I'm new at this live thing. I never done live before. I'm having problems with phone storage on my phone. It's not wanting to let me do a video. So I just wanted to try this out and see how it worked. Please like, subscribe to me. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this video. I appreciate it. Act on it now.